It's time for the beat of the week. Today we're going to be talking about Coachella, that just so happens to have some of the top artists in the world playing at it. A new song from the Foo Fighters, some other new music, and a featured artist coming on strong from Tennessee by way of Liberia. First off, Coachella. Coachella's become so big now that you've got the biggest artists in the world dropping millions of dollars and getting paid millions of dollars. Justin Bieber got paid $10 million to do his set, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But before we get to that, let's talk about where Coachella started. It was in 1999, and it was bleeding money. And the headlining band was Rage Against the Machine. Way different than Sabrina Carpenter's set this year. Let's talk about the headliners. We had Justin Bieber, Sabrina Carpenter, and Karol G. Bieber brought out his own personal time machine, his laptop. Yeah, and he threw it out on the desk and started surfing YouTube right in the middle of his set. This troubled a lot of people. I think it's sweet and super ballsy. Way to go, Mr. Bieber. Justin actually performed to the songs on YouTube. It sounds like it was a pretty interesting set. The one thing we can say is that Bieber does have the chops and the talent and the song catalog to hold a crowd on his own. Sounds like it was an awesome show. Next, we had Sabrina Carpenter, who this Disney-esque kind of retro beauty comes floating down and dancing around in perfect unison with all of her dancers. Although if you look closer, it's not really G-rated. I can't relate to desperation. Great show. A lot of people liked her set, and always, you gotta hand it to an artist that puts the time, effort, and money into all the details to make something a great show, because that's what people are paying for. There was a clip of her telling the crowd to be quiet because it sounded weird that they were yodeling.
I think I heard someone yodel. Is that what you're doing?
Well, they weren't yodeling, they were kind of doing like a Middle Eastern chant of some sort.
I don't like it. Is this Burning Man? What's going on?
She apologized. She meant no harm, and she still put on a great show. The last night, Karol G, the first Latina to headline Coachella, at what looked at the beginning to be another episode of Dancing with the Stars, but it wasn't. It was actually a great set, and she brought in Becky G, and on top of that, mariachis. Did any of you go? Did you love it? Next, new music dropping. Let's hear it for Dave Grohl as he drops another Foo Fighters song. It's pretty cool. He's got a new album coming out, and the song, it sounds like a Foo Fighters song.
I don't like it.
If you're a Foo Fighters fan, you'll love it. What I did love was the lyric video. Lyric videos usually turn me off, but this one had some really cool graphics and layering. As a graphic designer, stuff I love. So if you're a graphic designer, you might like it too. The other album that dropped, Snoop Dogg. After him putting out an enormous amount of records, 22 albums to date, he drops one in his sleep, almost like he could do it in his sleep. Snoop Dogg is getting older, but his music still sounds fresh and cool. And I almost feel like it has a little bit more of a chill vibe to it. It's typical Snoop Dogg. Check it out. It sounds like a great album. A few of the songs I listen to are pretty awesome. He's still got what it takes. His coolness, it'll ever be lasting throughout time. Third new song, artist named Shaky, who I randomly ran into a while ago and have been listening to, and has been described as a combination of the Cars meets Dinosaur Jr. I Can't Refuse You is pretty good, and it's coming out on an album that he's dropping, so go check it out and download it and support this new artist. Next, let's talk Artist of the Week. Artist of the Week on the beat is Rovîa. He was around 7 years old when he lost his family in a civil war and was adopted by American missionaries. He came back to the United States and lived in Florida and some other places and landed in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where he found love for that folk of the Appalachian Mountains. He himself describes his music as Afro-Appalachian folk. So he's brought his West African roots into this folk music from Tennessee, and it sounds fresh and cool. His songs have meaning to him. He's written about his journey and his struggles.
10,000 roads I've walked on my own.
He's got a couple hits. He's been selling out places, so he's on the up and up, getting noticed. And if you haven't heard of him yet, go check him out.
Love me now, hold me down.
Why I'm stoked for this guy, again, I love that vibe. I love the kind of folk music, and I love anyone that can bring kind of a new point of view or lens onto that sound, and that's what he's done. That's the artist of the week, and that's the beat. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to Huevos TV. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us what you think's cool, and tell us what you thought of this video.